I'm speechless right now. I'm watching the breakdown from the Diddy trial from today, and they trying to take our president, y'all. Obama has entered the chat. Obama, Barack Obama, former President Obama has officially entered the chat. Diddy, you can take a lot of things, but one thing you won't take is Barack Obama. That's what you will not take. That's what you will not take. Why you got Barack Obama fratting? Why? I do think Obama is a part of the gardening community. I do think that. Where was Michelle? That's what I want to know. Where was Michelle at? And why were you fraternizing with Diddy? Like, why, Obama? Why? Now your name is at trial. Your name is on the stand. It's not going to take away the fact that you were our first black president. But I'm looking at you a little side-eyed, Obama. I'm looking at you a little side-eyed. I don't want that for us. We already dealing with too much at the fact that Diddy is the freak of the freakiest of the freakiest of the demonic person he is.
Yes. Every single day, I keep getting different things coming out. I knew a day like this is coming. A lot of people are reacting to this with mixed reactions. Obama's name is coming in to this trial, and a lot of people seem not to be happy with this. When you take a look at these newsletters, people having different titles about the whole situation, extremely concerning. I've been doing this, trying to report on what exactly is going on for this. It is important we take an exclusive look into what is going on. I have a couple of videos here. I want to share this with you so you can see exactly what is happening. I'm not inside the court to observe what is in there, but I have people that are following this to a level never seen before. I will first show you this, but before I do that, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do.
Now have a new witness on the stand. His name is Sheree Hayes. He's 51 years old from Harlem. And yes, he is the Punisher. He testified that he was a male exotic dancer from 2012 to 2016 and that he had a website and Cassie had reached out to him for a private performance. Just like Daniel Phillip testified, remember he was the first male escort that said he got there thinking he was going to be performing for a bunch of women and found out it was just Cassie and Diddy. He said it was 2012 and he was told to go to the Trump International Hotel. He said he was expecting to do a private show for a group of girlfriends, but said that Cassie was the one that answered the door and she was alone. It was around midnight. Cassie opened the door in a robe. She had nothing on underneath. She was wearing a wig and she had a blank expression. She told him it was just her and her husband and she wanted to create a sexy exotic scene with baby oil. He said the room was dimly lit with electric candles, a bowl of water, and bottles of baby oil floating in them. Remember how Cassie testified that Diddy liked the bottles heated up? I would assume that bowl of water was probably hot water. He said Cassie handed him $800 up front and said not to look or speak at her husband and to follow her lead. Diddy then walked in the room and had nothing on, but his face was covered with a Muslim woman veil, aka the niqab. He said on Diddy's face the only thing showing were his eyes and that Diddy had Astroglide in his hands and he knew it was Astroglide because he recognized the purple cap from using it himself. Throughout, Diddy gave Cassie subtle directions about lighting and how to position her body. When the session was done, Cassie asked if he wanted to finish and he declined because he wanted to keep it professional. She gave him an additional $1,200 and that was the first of 8 to 12 sessions. He said on another night he realized who they were because he saw a welcome message on the hotel TV. It had said the Essex House would like to welcome Mr. Sean Combs. He was following Diddy on Instagram and that's when it clicked that the woman he was with was Cassie Ventura. He said Diddy never spoke to him directly and only gave instructions through Cassie. And every time they had a session, Cassie gave the same script of don't look at him, don't speak to him, just perform. That's all he's testified to so far.
Yes, what I see on social media, people putting out videos, pictures, Obama linking to Diddy. I don't know much about that. What I'm concerned is the fact that the way black people are taking this to a different level, like, did he want to bring him down? Why is his name even appearing during this trial? I don't get it. This is just the beginning. At the end of the day, you will be shocked to see the names of people that will be appearing here. though it is not surprising to us. I've been reporting on this topic for some time now. I know, Lord, there are things I cannot even say on this video, things I've sent, things they sent to me every single time. So when I see them, getting agitated on social media like the lady you saw at the beginning,
Right now, Sean Diddy Combs isn't only fighting for his freedom, but also his money. Even with all his legal troubles, Forbes estimates his net worth is still around 400 million bucks. But if he were to be convicted, all that could be in jeopardy. Why? Because the government could actually seize his assets. People might hear that and think, wait, does that really mean that all of his businesses, all the money he has, could conceivably have been used to finance this? Therefore, it's all fair game?
Yeah, it pretty much is. I mean, this is a very, very broadly phrased forfeiture allegation. It doesn't look like there was any sort of pre-indictment seizures that they're counting towards it. Normally you see things they've already gotten their hooks into. So it's basically just saying if it is an instrumentality or a proceed, we're going to go after it. And they've named the enterprise in a very broad way, the RICO. The RICO is essentially anything he touched in his business world, whether it's record labels, liquor labels, planes, trains, and automobiles. Basically mean everything is in play. And the other thing is there's a concept called substitute assets. Just when you think you're crawling out of the wreckage and you're down to your last 400 million, you're told, oh, we're also going for substitute assets, which means even if we can't prove that this particular car, this diamond watch, this piece of art is not connected to criminality, it still relates to our overall reward, and we're going to use it as a substitute.
Yes, there was this article I saw. This is how they put it. Why some citizens have tried to tarnish Barack Obama's image using pics of him with Diddy. You will never guess why Obama was mentioned during Diddy's trial. Hmm, it is not about tarnishing. Yes, there should be a reason why this guy was doing this with Obama's face on it. There should be something we don't know here. When I see people turning the whole story like they are struggling to create a different narrative, I'm wondering if they actually even understand exactly what is happening here.
The thing I remember most from being there was P. Diddy in the restroom of the Met. It was the women's room. That's why I was there.
Okay.
Dry humping a Kardashian. Like,
I heard the dry humping anecdote, but I don't think you revealed the name.
yeah, there were multiple Kardashians in there. And like that other sort of lame supermodel version, like not the real supermodels like we grew up with, but like these new influencer types.
Right.
They were all in there. No one was using the bathroom. They were smoking and dry humping. And that was P. Diddy. Like, I'm just saying there's a pattern of disrespect for others and our sacred places and things that should be treated as inviolate. And it applies to places and it applies to people. And I have no idea what this guy's capable of, but I think it's probably worse than we can even imagine. And the feds get interested, and before we know it, there's a federal raid on his homes, and Bob's your uncle. We're in criminal court. But, Diddy was behaving with impunity for a long, long time. And the way the government opened its case kind of proved how he operated. Their first witness was not Cassie. It was an LAPD guy who had been, prior to joining the LAPD, working security at the Hotel Intercontinental out in LA. I'm horrified by this case. And the more I look at it, the more I think the case is getting stronger by the day. Why don't we choose more carefully who we're going to lionize? Not just us, but like the Harvards and the MITs of the world. And we're back to our daily segment of Michelle Obama's terrible, terrible life. Boo effing who. She went on a podcast called Diary of a CEO. It's kind of rings a bell like a founder kind of situation. And once again, wants you to know how awful it is to be married with children.
There are just many natural reasons why marriage, infertility, trying to have kids makes things difficult. It's like I try to tell couples, of course it's hard. Just listen to what
But I feel like as your family is like teasing is your love language.
Oh, for sure.
I decided to attach this clip with this Megyn Kelly video. It is simply because the video is centered around them. Michelle and Obama.
Many
Thank you guys for always been sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. I'm grateful every single time when I see your comment and like shares. It makes me motivate me to create more videos like I do daily.
What did you make of Donald Trump's post this morning alleging that since I said I hate Taylor Swift, this guy, all the deals, but he still has time for this. You gotta love it. Since I said I hate, she's no longer hot.
I don't want to make the video long. I will end here.
Justice will prevail.
It also shouldn't be racial.
Require Carmelo to run. He had
100.
Has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification.
This is not going to end. Right is right and wrong is wrong. All good.
If you see any clips after this, that is just for the YouTube algorithm.
What if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense because kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one until you look at the facts of the case and compare the two. You have to compare who was the initial aggressor.
Bedroom, because she's fearful of what may happen to her.
Followers for anything, and then
Registration Act is
talking about this man, Kilmer.
My summary of the first 100 days is that
if film and TV productions continue to
First term, and you will be very...
Once again, the field was littered with Wintour does every year. This Carmelo Anthony case.
live in the White House. Many people
Like a little unhinged drunk.
And black people don't want to live around